Hello there, and welcome back to the flight deck. We are back in shedding with our COWS DA40 XLS where we left off the last time. The weather is still beautiful outside, so we continue our VFR journey through Austria. We're going to hop straight into the plane here. As always, I already did the complete outside check before. The plane is in a good shape, no visible damage, everything is perfect for flying. On the inside, I have already turned on the energy. We're down to 25 volts, so we have a little bit of time left, but we should get going so we get the engine started and don't drain our battery too much. So without any further ado, let's really quickly check our flight controls that they are working properly. That is looking good. Now we go for the flaps for through travel. They're moving nice and freely. The light indication is correct as well. We'll put them into takeoff straight away. That is working, and we are on the takeoff indication. Perfect. The alternators are off. Let's go through the baby like a question mark. Always like a question mark is how you will go. Okay, we can have the alternator come on as well already. Down here we are all good, we are all set, we can close up the canopy. We're at 25 volts still, so actually we're quite in a good time frame. Let's go do our mass balance real quick. We have to adjust things again because we are on a single operation. We got 15 kilograms of baggage with us, and we still have 17 and 19 gallons left in our fuel tanks, or we should. That is plenty enough for today's flight. So checking gallons remaining, that is looking good. Perfect. Today's flight, we're going to fly from shedding here in Upper Austria. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Over down to the south a little bit. Down here to Gmund. So we're gonna fly to the south. Basically, we're gonna go southbound along Linz area, and then we're gonna turn in for Gmunden. We're gonna come in over here, trying to stay clear of the control zone. So we will be only on the information frequency today. At least that's the plan. Let's check things real quick. The transponder is on. We forgot to switch that off the last time. Okay, there we go. So volts are dropping further, so it's time for the engine start. We're going to go onto the lower fuel tank. We're gonna have our position light come on. All the other stuff is as required, so we go into our engine start. We got quite a warm engine, but it will still be a cold engine start. So we have a fuel pump coming on. We're gonna go fuel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cut off, come back on our lever. Oh, that's not looking good. She is having some troubles coming alive. Normally if I have a failed start like this, you should wait, I think a minute until you repeat the procedure. But I'm not gonna sit a minute for here and wait for nothing. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. And she is having some troubles. Come on. What is wrong with her? Why isn't she working? Yeah, we know all of that. But we're having troubles with our engine. Why isn't she working? try it for one more time. This time we're gonna go 1, 2. I suspect that we flooded her, maybe.
Toss not available.
Ah, finally.
Toss available.
Okay, bring her to 1000 RPM, come back our mixture a little bit, the fuel pump can come off. And without any further ado, we're gonna switch. So straight away it should be a little quieter. That worked out better before. Okay, nevertheless, let's check real quick. We are set on the lighting, we're gonna cage on the standby instruments. The altimeters we're gonna set a little later down the road. Nothing popped over here, they're all still in. Let's test the pitot tube. Dams are rising, we're also dropping a little bit. The warning is gone, and reversing the thing, everything is good. Back, perfect. The battery is bedding loaded. That is checked as well. The avionic master switch is coming online. And now we are shortly going to enter stuff into our flight plan. First, I want to check that our frequency is accurate here. 1227, nope, it's 12705. Perfect. So now everything should be set. And one thing that I didn't switch for a long time is, of course, that here we should have the guard frequency online always. We haven't done that the last flights. 1 to 1.5. There we go. 1 to 1.5 sets, so we are listening to the guard frequency as well. That is always good. That is always important. With that all set, we can quickly go into our after engine start checklist. The mixture is grounded, the lights are as required, sample horizon cage, flaps are set for takeoff, pitot heat is tested, avionic master is on, transponder and altimeters we're gonna do just, yeah, that is pretty much a down the line feature, we're gonna do all of that stuff now. First thing first, we wanna enter a flight plan. We're gonna go Lima Oscar Lima Sierra, and we're gonna come into, Lima Oscar Lima uniform. Nope. Lima Oscar Lima uniform. That's right. We are not going to select any runways, we don't need it. Now, waypoint wisely, let me get into my smart charts here real quick. We're gonna leave by, we're gonna go with Victor Papa 19er. Or it is, I think. Aye. It is. We scroll down until we find Austria. Yeah. So basically, just a guidance point. Whatever traffic pattern we're leaving, whatever runway we're taking, that will be our way out. This is basically following the main road along the river, so it's quite easy to find. Right from there on, we're gonna head on south, where we can have as an orientation point the point Allong, it is called, which we're gonna use. Perfect. And oh, nope. And from there on out, there is one point, Fokmunden already, that we can fly straight towards to, and that will be Victor Papa 142. Should be it. Yes, that is an arrival and departure point. Fokmunden already, so we can use that. That brings us straight in, and from there on we're gonna fly in the VFR pattern, or straight into the airport, whatever runway is active. We do not know that. Very, very, very nice. Actually, from Victor Papa 142 we have to take another point. Almost forgot Victor Papa 139er, that one we have to enter as well. So, Victor Papa 139er. That will help us avoid all of the areas we shouldn't fly over. and basically point us right into the runway then. Now, for height, the zone that we are in here, I have to check real quick, is up to 9,500 feet. We are at 1,500 feet. I think we're going to climb 2,000 feet, so maybe 3,500 feet should be a good height for us. 3,500 feet as an altitude. It's not a too long flight, so climbing all the way up is probably not the best. Maybe we're gonna select for 1,000 feet. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we're gonna go up. Nope, wrong direction, wrong direction. Velom, we wanna be at 4,000 feet. We're gonna enter that, and I think over here, the traffic pattern in Gmunden is at 2,500 feet. So maybe we want to be at somewhere about 3,000 feet. Should be good. Okay. Flight planning basically done. We do not need to do any more in here. We're gonna zoom in here a little bit. Maybe we will need it later on. The engine is already warm, by the way. That is perfect. And now we are going to call in with a controller up there and ask for some departure information. Shedding Zoom, good morning. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima. Flugplan Tiefset Scherding Suben. Info, hello, pass your message.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, VFR Diamond Star from Scherding Suben to Gmunden Laakirchen, request departure information.
Oscar Echo Lima. Good morning. Runway 14 in use. Left circuit QNH 1006. Surface wind 330 at 4.
QNH 1016. Vielen Dank. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima. QNH 1006. That is quite low. Set it about here. He said runway 14 is in use, which means we taxi to the left here, turn around and go straight up. Perfect. So with that, the QNH is set. One more thing that we gotta do is the autopilot test. Heading up straight ahead, heading mode, autopilot left turn working, right turn working, move the stick, nothing is disconnecting, manual disconnecting working. I hold the manual disconnect button, the electric trim is not working, I release it, and now we are able to trim, set the trim for takeoff. And with that, we should be done. So the transponder is on standby, we can already put that on as we are leaving. The autopilot is tested, FMS is set up, and we're ready for taxi. Fuel selector on to the fuelless tank, taxi light on, parking brake, release in a second, brakes and instrument tests, we'll do that whilst rolling. Let's verify that everything is the way that it should be. Okay. Shedding Zoom traffic, Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, taxiing to runway 14, shedding Zoom. Okay. I tapped the brakes. I released the parking brake.
Oscar
I did
Echo
not
Lima,
hear.
runway 14 taxi at your discretion.
Good. Nothing coming from the side. We're all clear. We're basically just going straight ahead. Getting clear of the coffee to our right and of the hangar a little bit from our back, so we can do our run-up procedure. There's the fuel station. We have a windsock here somewhere. Wow, that is a much too big jet again. Yeah, there's the fuel sock. Very trying to point her a little bit that way. Okay, let's set the parking brake here. Come down to 1000 RPM. The brakes are working. I did not check on the standby instruments. We need to do that when we get onto the runway. Nevertheless, the parking brake is set for the time the taxi light can come. off. Now, let's put the mixture full forward. The throttle is going to 2000 RPM. Almost. Yeah, there we go. Let's cycle. There we go. Okay. Now 190. We are dropping by 80. And 110. Around 40 difference. That is quite alright. Thrust idle. That is looking good. Recover her to 1000 RPM. And now for takeoff, the fuel pump is coming on. Taxi checklist almost completed. The flight instruments, as I said, we're going to check once running up. We've gone through all the procedures. We're going to check real quick. Circuit breaker door, mixture, throttle. We've done everything. And the fuel pump is on. The trim is just checked. And we're going to check the flight controls once again, that they are moving nice and freely. We can put all the lights on. We're not in the control zone. We wouldn't need the position lights. We're going to have them on anyways. I just like to put them on. That transponder is not on altitude, it's on altitude, it's on. It's okay. Pitot heat is as required. We do not need it. Parking brake, release and everything we're going to do in the checklist. We're going to do automatically right now. So let's check. We are clear over here. We are clear back here. Shedding zoom, traffic, Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, lining up and taking off, runway 14, shedding zoom. Okay, one more thing that we want to do before we roll up here is get exactly that chart. That is perfect.
Oscar Echo Lima, runway 14, left circuit, QNH 1006, surface wind 330 at 4. Takeoff at your discretion.
What's strange is the position is not right that it's showing. I'm going to try to reload the chart. Was that I'm getting rid of our parking brake. I can now verify that our instruments are moving correctly, by the way. Left is still clear, the right is still clear. Let's taxi on here. It seems like this is not going to load. Of course, we're not flying a left circuit. It wouldn't make any sense to do a circle and then fly over the airport again and go back, so we're not going to do so. Will it load? It doesn't really look like. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we've got it. Let's scroll down here a little bit. Would be going out to Whiskey over here, so we'll take a sharp right turn after we're clear of that town over here. That is perfect. So that is set. I want to prepare on our timer already. And we are all good for takeoff. Let's take a turn here. Perfect, here we go. And we are all set. So I say takeoff. Thrust is set. We're losing a little bit of rudder, a little bit of aileron. Get a stable takeoff. Coming from the back, the airspeed is alive. We are coming up on our rotation speed, and here we go flying. Perfect. Very nice. There's some sort of town in front of us that we have to stay clear of as well. This one. Seems like we're just turning into it, so I'm gonna turn a little right here. Seems to be this one down here. And now we need to take our right turn anyways. We're clear of that town over there. We're gonna fly straight into Victor Papa 194. And we are basically done with that chart. We are going out straight for that point over here. That is our reference. Yes. So let's help ourselves a little bit with trimming. We can retract the flaps. We're good on the speed. We're gonna come back on our RPM. We're gonna reduce the manifold pressure a little bit. I'm already pulling back a little bit on the mixture. Landing light, taxi light, fuel pump. And here we go. I'm trimming her out a little bit again. 5 degrees is quite good at the moment, 700 feet per minute. The climb rate, let's quickly go for our checklist. Climb, flaps up, RPM 2400-ish. Set, fuel pump is off, lights are as required, mixture. We're going to set in just a second, so we are clear with that checklist. We can now start our left turn, and that is basically bringing us right along that road. Yeah.
Oscar Echo Bravo Hotel Oscar, runway 14 taxi via hold short of runway 32.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima is leaving the frequency. Come up here, switch. Now, first we want to navigate, so we're going to go direct to Willem. We can activate that. We're going to go VNAV over here, and we're going to have the autopilot on. He's putting us straight into a left turn. That is a-okay. Let's keep on climbing. Let's increase to 400 feet per minute. I want to go to the engine page. Increase our temperature, come back on the mixture a little bit. That was a little too much. Yeah, somewhere about there should be fine. Okay, and now we're going to call in. Giving information. Good morning, Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, Wien info, go ahead.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, VFR Diamond Star just departed Scherding Suben for Gmunden, La Kirchen, request traffic service.
Oscar Echo Lima, squawk 1517 and ident.
Squawk 1517, Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima. Okay, that is set. Let's come into here real quick. Yeah. It feels like a little dark when I look in front. Everything down here is turning dark. But I think that's the simulator itself. Well. And we're flying again. Look at that. I'm just looking into say intentions. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, our destination is Gmunden, La Kirchen, in Austria. Let's see if you will get that. Whilst he's thinking and drinking something. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, request to change our destination. Maybe this way? But nice to have the proof that we are in Austria. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, request to change destination. He did not get it, and I want to do that. Once that is happening, we're going to go on a 2200 RPM set. Manifold pressure zone, we're into the same range. Mixture. Somewhere about there. And it's always the destination, that is always. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, request to change destination. It is simply not working, is it?
Oscar Echo Lima, state new destination.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, new destination is Gmunden-Laakirchen in Austria. Because as soon as I tell him that, he will
Oscar
probably
Echo
hand us
Lima,
over.
Roger, destination Kommunen-Laakirchen, say intentions.
Ah, that's not it. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, request to change our destination.
Oscar Echo Lima, request relayed to Foxwood.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, we request to change our destination. It's always the same
Echo
trouble.
Lima, state new destination.
There we go. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, new destination, Lima, Oscar, Lima, uniform. Shit. I screwed that one up, I think.
Oscar Echo Lima, Roger, destination LOL, say intentions.
Okay, one more time. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, request to change our destination. Let's try something else this time. Maybe he will get that.
Oscar Echo Lima, state new destination.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, new destination, Lolu. Will he get that? Or will he search for a point?
Oscar Echo Lima, Roger, destination Lolu, say intentions.
He did get it! Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, we plan to land at our destination.
Oscar Echo Lima, Roger, contact Gmunden-Laakirchen traffic on 123.5 for landing.
123.5. Let's check that with our VFR chart real quick, because I do not think that this is the right frequency. No, it's 122.080. I'm just not answering to that because we will have only troubles. We're going to stay in the info frequency for another 2 to 3 minutes and then we're gonna leave. Whilst 122.080 will be shortening that into that direction, I think. And there we go. 122.080. We're just gonna check real quick. Yes. Showing us the correct frequency. On our chart window as well, we're gonna come in, we're gonna have the approach chart for Gmunden, please. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, request aerodrome information for Gmunden-Laakirchen.
Oscar Echo Lima, Gmunden-Laakirchen Airport at your 12 o'clock, 16 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Radar services terminated. Squawk 7000. Oscar Echo Lima, Gmunden-Laakirchen, runway 08 in use left hand. Winds 330 at 4, QNH 1007, elevation 1670 feet, no reported traffic, VTAF 123.5.
QNH 1007, vielen Dank, Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima. Okay, we have 107 set. We will shortly switch over to the info for the field. We have runway 08 active, so it's gonna be a straight-in approach. Which means that over this point, we also already want to be at 2,500 feet, the highest. Let's actually enter 2,000 feet maybe in here. Oh, that's the wrong one. 2,000 feet. Just for some. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, request to lift the frequency. Still some clouds out, right?
Oscar Echo Lima, say again, please.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, we request to leave the frequency. Will he get it?
Oscar Echo Lima, roger. Transponder 7000, you can leave the frequency. Have a nice flight.
Transponder 7000 and we're leaving. Thank you very much, Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima. Okay. That did not go quite as planned. Very short flight. We'll be landing with like, I think maximum will be 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. We are all about to call in actually, and then we will already prepare. Mundenlackirchen, good morning, Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, Gmunden, Laakirchen, Airfield Info. Hello, pass your message.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, VF Diamond Star approaching from the north for full stop landing in Gmunden.
Oscar Echo Lima, good morning, pass your details.
Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, we want to land at Gmunden. This
Oscar
just not
Echo
working.
Lima, runway 8 in use, left circuit, QNH 1003, winds calm, pass your position and altitude.
QNH 1003 and we are north of the field. So we are approaching from the north, we are at 4,000 feet, starting our descent to 2,000 feet. Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima. That is quite something. So the QNH is 1003, he said. I do not believe so, but I'm gonna enter it anyways because he said it. Nevertheless, we do not have to climb back. We're gonna go into a vertical mode now. We want to start our descent into Gmunden. Once we do so, we are going to increase our mixture a little bit. We're gonna come back on our manifold pressure and on our RPMs. We do not need to come in fast. We can already open up the chart window over here. And we will stay in the chart window for some visual guidance. And he's never responded to us again. So in case of a turnaround, we know that we climb 2,500 feet and then basically do a pretty standard traffic pattern. Go out to the train tracks, take a left turn, straight towards the village over here, turn off before the village comes and come back on a base and final.
Vertical track.
Yeah, we know. Okay, here we are coming in. I am thinking of gonna turn this to 2,500 because it will take manual control. We can come back a little more on our manifold pressure and our RPMs. We are on a good descent here. And we're close to the Alps again. Very nice. Somewhere back there is Linz, which is the capital of Upper Austria, where we are right now. It's really beautiful out here, isn't it? Okay. So we're coming up with Victor Papa 139, which is pretty much where a highway should be. And I think this is the highway back here. So close to that highway, we'll start our turn. We are approaching 3,000 feet, which is good. We pretty much nailed the descent rate. Okay, yeah, that is the highway. We should be turning to the left any minute now, to stay clear of that terrain. Wow, there's a lot of traffic down there. People going everywhere on this beautiful Tuesday. Actually, it's Wednesday, disregard. Okay, nevertheless, here we are going. 2,500 for the traffic pattern we have set. We are now going to take in on the manual flight, I think, and we will prepare for everything. Mixture is adjusted, engine instruments monitor, fuel selector. We go on to the fuel tank, which will be the left one. The parking brake, we verify its release lights as required. Fuel pump on, landing data, altimeter, FMS, and power. Everything is set. Final. We will not have time to do so. So we'll take manual flying over here. We'll level off at 2,500. We're in good height. Right now, flight director is coming off. We adjust the trim a little bit. Very nice. We're heading straight for that town down here, and then we're going to take a left turn into what I think will be Gmunden then. That here, maybe? That could be the field. That could really be the field. Okay, nevertheless, we're going to go full mixture, we're going to go full RPM, we want to have all of that power available for us. We're going to start our left turn. Yeah, that is the field. That definitely is the field. That is the runway. Okay. Lackirchen traffic, Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, final runway 08, Munden, Lackirchen. Okay. So we start reducing now. Let's come back on our power setting. We're on a good height, I think. We're going to try to come in with some flap setting right now. Reduce on the power, please. Let's go flaps 1 here. Good on the speed. We're dropping fast now. Gmunden traffic, Oscar Echo Foxtrot Echo Lima, short, final runway 08. I actually wanted the transponder, the controller maybe to respond to us, or the info guy. It's not really a controller. Looks like we're a little high. We can increase our rate of descent. Let's try to come back into our approach speed. The wind is coming from pretty much the front, a little from the left. 72 and 9 approach speed. I have to pull her back. Wow! That's an information he could have given us.
Charlie India Bravo, airborne.
What the hell?
Oscar Echo Charlie India Bravo, roger. Contact departure.
There are cows to the right as well. What's happening here? Let's not. Almost forgot to focus on our landing. That was a strange one. Cows right next to the runway. And then that dude just going straight at us. Yeah, let's pull up the flaps. I'm coming back on the mixture already. Fuel pump is coming off again. We go into our transponder. We get it to standby. We can stop the timer. That was not nice. That was not good. Why are we on the frequency when he's not even telling us? Nobody was communicating on a frequency. Nobody was talking. Nobody said what they were doing. The controller knew we were there, knew what we were doing. We even reported twice for final. I had something like this. I had a feeling that something like this was coming up. But yeah. Nevertheless, we made it in safely. We did not collide with that strange plane coming right at us. And thankfully the cows weren't a problem. Normally, in real life, you would have pretty much performed an immediate action eventually. Let's take a left turn here, go on to the grass, shall we? And seeing the cows, I'm pretty sure you would have gone around. Let's position ourselves somewhat like that. It's not the perfect position, but it doesn't really matter. Let's reduce the RPM to 1000. What an interesting approach. What an interesting approach. Nevertheless, the text slide is coming off. There's some diamond stars standing in here, DA40s, but not the NG, because they have the same winglets as we have, but a stronger engine type. They have 3 propellers, we only have 2. Once again, a very beautiful scenery, isn't it? This one is from flightsim.to as well. Cows are still back there. Whatever they are doing there. Yeah. Okay. Let's quickly do after landing checklist. The alternate is closed, the transponders on standby, lights are red flaps up, and the pitot heat and the fuel pump is off. That is checked. And now for the parking checklist, the parking brake is set, the engine instruments are checked, the immediate master switch is coming off, the throttle is set to 1000 RPM, I can verify that, 1000 RPM-ish, going down a little. Now, mixture 4, we ground the engine real quick, and mixture cut off, thrust idle, ignition off, lights, everything except the strobe lights can come off. We did not have anything on. The meds, the battery switches off, strobe light off. Now deplug. And here we are back. Headset is off. We can open the canopy. We verify once again that everything is the way that it should be. Yes. And once again, an interesting landing, but we made it in safely, and here we are in Gmunden. And right in front of the Alps. Beautiful scenery, isn't it? I actually want to go. Nah, walking there would take too long. You know what? Let's do something different. Real quick. I want to have a look at those cows. Because they're like, look at that guy. He's literally on the runway. And they're not even scared. What are they doing? Well, these are cows. That seems to be a horse. That is a horse. What are you doing here, dude? We got cows and there's no fence or anything in the way. Probably we should have really gone around. Nevertheless, that was it for this flight. I hope you enjoyed it, and I say thank you very much for flying with me, and only a couple of trips left. I guess we see us for our next flight. And until I say, see you next time. Bye bye.